I call this meeting of the Conroe Independent School District Board of Trustees to order. Let the record show that a quorum of members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meeting Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. The time is 6 o'clock. Please join us as we have Mr. Dale Inman give us our invocation, followed with Mr. Dachin Williams with our Pledge of Allegiance.
Rise, please. Father, we thank you so much for this evening. We thank you for the wonderful blessings that you have bestowed upon Conroe ISD, the kids that are here tonight, the parents, the grandparents, and friends and family that are being recognized tonight. Thank you, Father, for the many blessings you give to our community. We thank you for the other board members that are here, as well as our superintendent and staff, and just all the people working together to make this operation run smoothly. Father, give us wisdom tonight. Help us to do business that is honoring to the community and honoring to you. Lead us with your wisdom as we move forward in going into the future. And again, Father, we thank you for the many, many blessings you give us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I'd like to move on to item 2, our awards and recognition. For our special board recognition, I'll turn the time over to Dr. Knowlton.
All right, thank you very much. First, let me just say, doesn't this feel good? It just feels like a normal meeting here to have this room filled with so many great parents, great educators, people that are here to support our students and our educators that will be named tonight in a new position. It's just a nice feeling to have you here. So welcome. We are very happy to see you this evening. We're going to start with our recognition of our TMEA All-State students. And to make that introduction will be our Coordinator of Fine Arts, Dr. Bob Horton.
I'll clap.
Good evening, Board of Trustees. My name is Dr. Bob Horton, and I am the Coordinator of Fine Arts. On behalf of over 320 fine arts teachers who impact the over 68,000 students of Conroe ISD, I want to thank you for your constant support of the arts. Conroe ISD is recognized at the state and national level as a leader in the arts, and this is largely due to your commitment to a well-rounded education, which includes high-quality arts experiences. President Hubert, members of the board, and Dr. Knoll, thank you for giving recognition to the 41 students named 2022 Texas Music Educators Association, or TMEA, All-State Musicians from Conroe ISD. Just a brief word of explanation. The TMEA Texas All-State is a competitive process that begins throughout the state in auditions hosted by 33 different TMEA regions. Individual musicians perform selected music for a panel of judges who rank each instrument or voice part. From this ranking, a select group of musicians advances from their region to compete against musicians from other areas in 8 TMEA area competitions. The highest ranking musicians judged at the area competitions qualify to perform in a TMEA All-State Music Group. These All-State students participate in 3 days of rehearsals directed by internationally recognized conductors during the TMEA Clinic and Convention. Their performances for thousands of attendees bring this extraordinary event to a close. For example, the mixed choir sang in a ballroom to over 4,500 people, the largest ballroom in the state of Texas. Over 1,800 students are selected through this process that begins from over 50,000 students around the state, vying for the honor to perform in one of the all-state ensembles, bands, orchestras, and choirs. The top 3% of student musicians who initially become all-staters, or who initially audition become all-staters, and 41 of these students are from Conroe ISD. In a moment, the students will be coming in, and they're going to come line up along the wall, and they're going to come forward as I call their name. And while they are on their way up, I do want to take a moment to recognize their outstanding teachers, many of whom are here tonight to support these students and who have guided them through the process to become all-state musicians. So there are many of them in the room. If we could take just a moment to say thank you to these teachers. To the students and parents, if I butcher your name, please accept my sincere apologies. I'm doing my very best with phonetics. So, Alex Bass Hill. Dylan Cruz. Jackson Clough. Jacob Kozlowski. Peyton Tabor. Matthew Lansangen. Sam Koseha. Aldo Villanueva. Sarah Kozlowski. Gabriel Arias. Lindsay Glackham. Joseph Estraka. Ethan Locksterman. Nathan Kambata. Ella Reeves. Sarah Pickle. Meredith Lee. Logan Bass. Brent Humberson. Griffin Keene. Liam Bustos. Santiago Amieva Sanchez. Charles Helton. Justin Huang. Marin West. Greta Lamb. Risetsa Karamaji. Gwendolyn Getz. Megan Walsh. Mercer Sadlier. Malachi Burke. Santino Halyare. Ethan Reyes. Samuel Hopkins. McLean Weaver. Jackson Phillips. Georgia Sophia Hickman Chow. Kimberly Altamirano. Alexia Rivera. Benjamin Powell. And Bryce Vize.
We'll turn it over to Mr. Moore if you want to make a comment.
Wow, this is an amazing group. I can't imagine there's this many students standing here in front of us with such a great honor. You know, as a musician, I have sat through those district and those all-region tryouts and those state tryouts. I know how much effort you put into this. And I don't know if I can express to you how proud we are as a board, as a district. I know your parents, your guardians, your teachers are so proud of you. I hope standing here before me that there are some future music educators. We need people to help the next generation find a way to see order in the midst of chaos, to see beauty in this world, and that's what music does for us. For those of you that don't go on and pursue music careers, I hope that you will continue performing music every day of your life. You will take it into whatever field you choose to enter and let it inform your life, inform your passion, and inform your decisions. On behalf of the board, thank you for the effort you put in. Thank you for what you do for Conroe ISD. And the best of luck to you and blessings on you and wherever life takes you from this point. Thank you.
You're going to come through and shake hands. You're first. Everybody get behind him. So step out. Hey, and then, hey, listen to me for a second. When you finish, you're going to go out, and Andrew's going to take a group picture of you, but there's not enough room in here to get a group picture, so we're going to do it out there. Okay? So once we'll go out in the foyer. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
Hey, wow, congratulations.
Awesome job. Great job.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I'm sorry.
Congratulations.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Taylor.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations. Good job. Good job.
Congratulations.
Wrote your name down. I lost it now.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Great job. Good job.
Congratulations.
So what do you play?
Congratulations.
Really? Man, I love it. I was so jealous of this talent. I have no
Great job.
musical talent. Zero. And when I see people that have musical talent, it's like magic to me. Thank you
Congratulations.
so much. God bless you. Congratulations.
Dr. Horton, let's go ahead and let him go.
What do you play or do you sing? You sing.
Is this all the senior areas? Congratulations.
We're so proud of you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Nice job.
Very happy for you. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good job. Well done. Outstanding. Outstanding. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So proud of you.
Congratulations. What do you play?
Awesome job.
Very nice. I have no ability.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Very happy for you.
Congratulations.
Well done.
Congratulations.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Congratulations. Great job, sir. Congratulations.
So proud of you.
What do you play?
Congratulations. Awesome job.
Really? Congratulations. Wait, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Awesome job. Congratulations.
Great job. Congratulations.
So proud of you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Outstanding.
Congratulations.
Thanks for all your hard work. Thank you. Thanks for all your work, sir. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you. Love this. Thank you. Thanks.
And parents, we'll invite you to stay.
Thank you so much. Outstanding. Thanks for all the work you do. So happy for you tonight.
Parents, if you would like to stay for the next item while they take their group picture, we have one more recognition here for a music educator. So we'd love to have our parents stay, and that'll let them get their group picture. And then once we do this next item, we'll have an opportunity for you all to go meet up and get on with your evening. But if we could go ahead and move to item 2B,
We're not too big.
we have a great recognition for a music educator tonight.
Well, again, President Hubert, members of the board, and Dr. Null, thank you for taking the time to give special recognition to our own Gerald Dillard, Oak Ridge High School Band Director, for being named the 2021 University Interscholastic League Sponsor Excellence Award. And I'm just going to tell you just a very brief thing about this and then introduce a special guest who will make our presentation. The UIL seeks to highlight the contributions of sponsors of UIL scholastic competition. The Sponsor Excellence Award was created to identify and recognize outstanding sponsors who assist students in developing and refining their extracurricular talents to the highest degree possible within the educational system, while helping them to keep their personal worth separate from their success or failure in competition. Gerald Dillard has worked at Oak Ridge High School for 20 years and has been the head band director since the 2019-2020 school year. It is my distinct honor to welcome Mr. Gabe Musella from the State UIL Music Office, who will assist and present this final award to Gerald.
Thank you, Dr. Horton, Dr. Null, members of the board. It's my pleasure to be here. My name is Gabriel Musella, and it's my pleasure to serve as Assistant Music Director for the UIL. Prior to that, I taught band for 30 years, most of them right here in the greater Houston area. And I can think of no one who deserves this award more. Someone, a man of integrity, who runs his programs like those are his own kids. And I've been a friend of this man, so this is very special for me because he is a dear friend of mine. So on behalf of Dr. Brad Kent, State Director of Music, I'm here to present the UIL Sponsor Excellence Award to Mr. Gerald Dillard.
Good evening, President Hebert, members of the board, and Dr. Null. It is my honor to stand in front of you to accept this recognition as the 2021 recipient of the UIL Sponsor Excellence Award. I have complete gratitude for the people that have helped me to open these doors for me and help me where I am today. Dr. Chris Hines, Deputy Superintendent, it was 20 years ago today you took a chance on a young teacher that only had 3 years of experience at the time. Thank you for opening the doors for me to Conroe ISD. Little did I know that that decision would have such a profound impact on not only my career, but my life as well. Dr. A.J. Levesque for giving me the guidance and pushing me in the direction to be a head director at Oak Ridge High School. Without your help, myself and our band program would not be where we are today. Dr. Bob Horton, your great mentorship and leadership has been invaluable to me and much appreciated. Thank you for all that you do for fine arts in Conroe ISD. And to the wonderful Oak Ridge High School band staff, I truly feel fortunate to work with individuals who have the same passion and drive for education that I do. I'm grateful for all that we have accomplished together and everything that we have done for our students. To the band parents of Oak Ridge High School, I truly feel fortunate to work and live in a community that truly appreciates everything we do with music education and Conroe ISD. Thank you for your continuous support of your students and their musical education. Without you, none of this would be possible. And to my beautiful wife, Jennifer Dillard, who is the head band director at Knox Junior High and Conroe ISD, and my two beautiful daughters, Elizabeth, a freshman at College Park High School, and Jessica, who is in kindergarten at David Elementary School. Words could not express how much I love and appreciate you. Thank you.
Mr. Dillard, on behalf of the board, we want to let you know just how grateful we are for you. You know, my own music career began in a classroom at Wilkerson Intermediate, went through Knox. It was my high school band director, Ed Schutz, at McCullough High School, now McCullough Junior High, that gave me my first leadership opportunity as a youth. He was the one that helped me get college scholarships so that I could attend university. So I want you to understand, we know that your influence goes far beyond 4 years of high school and goes far beyond the walls of that band hall and the marching field and the concert hall. You are shaping lives forever. As I spoke to these kids, they can take that music with them everywhere. We have all the research that shows that music education helps students have higher academic achievement. It helps with their temporal spatial learning capacities. You are helping to shape the future leaders, not just the future musicians of this world. We thank you for the beauty that you help them find in themselves and in this world, and we thank you for shaping our students for us.
I know we recognize the large group of students tonight. We recognize one of our educators, but this is a celebration for parents and all teachers tonight as well. And so thank you all for being here. You are welcome to stay, but this is our gift to you to say that this is a moment which would be appropriate if you so choose that you could go reunite with your student and be on your way this evening. So congratulations to you all. Appreciate it.
Oh, nice. They have a kid in here? They have a kid that got recognized?
they did.
Yeah.
All right. That was exciting. It's always exciting when we get to recognize our youth and their accomplishments. It's really neat. I'm glad we get to do that. I'd like to move on to item 3, our citizen participation. Ms. Godfrey, we have someone signed up, correct?
We have one person that has signed up.
Very good. Okay, please keep in mind that while this meeting is held in a public forum, the purpose of the meeting is for the Board of Trustees to conduct the business of the district in accordance with the Texas Open Meeting Act, Texas Government Code Chapter 551, and Board Policy BED. If a patron during public comment addresses an issue that is on tonight's posted agenda, the board will defer its discussion of this issue until the item is reached on the agenda. For any issue that is not on the board's posted agenda, the board cannot and will not deliberate or make a decision related to that issue. Speakers who have signed up to address the board during public comment must make all comments to the Board of Trustees and not to the audience. The board has specific policy under which the board considers complaints. If your purpose is to seek some type of remedy, the board cannot discuss or respond to your concern until you have met the requirements of the appropriate district policy. Accordingly, the board will not hear complaints or derogatory comments about individual students or staff during public comment. Information about how to file a complaint is located on the district's website. The board expects that everyone in attendance will conduct themselves respectfully, regardless of whether they agree or disagree with the speaker's message. Interrupting speakers or this meeting will not be tolerated. To ensure that the board can effectively conduct the district's business, each of the speakers who have registered to address the board will be given 3 minutes to present their comments. Each speaker's time will be displayed on the screen around the room. When the countdown timer reaches 0, the next speaker will be called. So, Mrs. Godfrey, will you please call our speaker?
Misty Odenwiller.
Good evening, and thank you for this opportunity to address an issue that I'm concerned about. My name is Misty Odenwiller, and I'm a resident in CISD. I'm a former public and private school teacher and a business owner. I'm standing before you today to discuss the upcoming 22-23 school year plan to retain teachers and administrators on campus and across our district. If I remember correctly, in the last board meeting, there was a decision to pay a retention bonus of some sort to the teachers, I believe. And I wasn't clear if that was for just this year to keep them through the year or for next year as well. I know that might sound funny to some, but personally, I know of at least one administrator who has already resigned and more than a few teachers that have resigned this school year. I know that the next 6 weeks is traditionally a time that districts generally have letters of intent or principals speak to their staff about who's planning to return the next year, and so that they can start making plans for the following year. And I'm wondering what the board and Dr. Knoll plan to stem the flood of experienced and gifted teachers from leaving at the end of this school year. I assure you, the floodgates are about to open. I've heard it personally from numerous experienced teachers. I'm wondering, we have an alarming number of them leaving from relatively easy to teach in school, so I can only imagine it's going to be just as bad, if not worse, in challenging schools. We are soon to face a catastrophic situation of not enough teachers for the classroom. We already know we have an issue with getting subs. I'm wondering what CISD's plan is to retain as many teachers as we can at the end of this school year. They are worn out and they're tired. They have had the joy of teaching sucked out of them for the subjects that they love and the joy of teaching. They are saddened into becoming more difficult to teach the kids the way they know that is best to teach each individual student. They are exhausted by all requirements and duties placed on them beyond the daily prep and teaching they do just to be in the classroom each day. They have less and less time to actually prepare for their classes while on campus and are doing even more work at home these days. And that's saying something. I suggest you talk to your teachers and ask what they want and need to change. I assure you, these teachers are planning to leave, are not there for the money. Paying them more isn't going to fix the issue. It will help to compensate them, but it won't fix the issues at hand. These teachers are there for the students and the love of teaching. So again, I ask, what is our plan for retaining these teachers?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great concern, thank you.
That's it.
That's our last one, okay. I'd like to move on. If I don't see anybody against it, I'd like to move item 9, human resources, up, if that's okay with everybody.
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. We'll move on to item 9A, name Conroe ISD Police Department Chief of Police, Dr. Knoll.
All right, thank you. We've reached a point in the year where we begin this process of, we have wonderful people that have opportunities to retire, and that while we're sad to see them leave, it creates opportunity for more people. Before we get to the naming of the new Chief of Police, I want to just take the opportunity to recognize Chief Harness and for the work that he has done. Almost 50 years in policing for Chief Harness. And when he entered Conroe ISD, our police department was had no standing, okay? And at this today, he leads the 3rd largest police department in Montgomery County, and our police department is well known throughout the state and nation as being an elite police department. They focus on serving our community, on serving our children. You know, you're as likely or more likely to see pictures and moments with them mentoring children and showing love and attention to the community as you are anything else. And all of that starts at the top, right? That comes directly from Chief Harness and the way in which he has led our police department. And, you know, they're the model that other police departments aspire to be. They come to us to train. And so I want to just take the opportunity, and we're fortunate we get to keep him until the middle of June before he gets to go off to retire. So we get him for a little longer, but I think tonight's a great time just to recognize Chief and thank him for his work. All right, I know a guy that had to follow a hero too, so good luck to our next police chief.
Well said.
But, you know, a mark of great leadership is when we're prepared and we prepare the next generation. And I will tell you that Chief Harness has done a great job in his mentorship and growing leaders within our police department. And over the last 20 years, Captain Blakelock has done the work. He has taken the time to further his education. He has taken the time to take on positions within the police department to prepare him so that he could learn and grow in the role as well. He is a wonderful communicator with our public, has done countless courses to our PTAs and PTOs and in the community. And I know that he is prepared to build on the excellence that Chief Harness has built, to take us from where we are and take us to that next step and lead us for many years into the future. And so tonight I am very proud to make the recommendation that Matthew Blakelock become our next Chief of Police.
I move we approve that as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a
Third,
second?
and a third.
Third. Do we have any discussion?
I just have something I want to say.
Yes, sir.
When I first got on the board, Matt Blakelock was a sergeant, and I remember meeting him at a graduation ceremony. We used to do a lot of graduating at Sam Houston. We're now too big for Sam Houston. But I remember meeting Sergeant Blakelock then, and I thought, what an outstanding man standing before me. He just had the right attitude. He had the right kind of spirit. He understood that policing students was different than policing a community. And I left there going, wow, what a great school district. And I'm so proud to be a part of that. And so I just want to personally say right now, Matt, thank you for all you do for this district, and you're going to make a great police chief, and I'm excited for you.
Absolutely.
All right, very nice. Any others?
I would echo that as someone who worked in this county in law enforcement for another agency and had the opportunity to see Chief Harness grow this department from the outside and work alongside the officers as this department came into its own. And to see Captain Blakelock coming up through that mentorship. This district could not be in better hands. The safety of our students and our children could not be in better hands with Matt Blakelock and with the officers that he will lead that look up to him as a leader and dedicate themselves. And we know that the future sergeants and lieutenants and captains are wearing those blue uniforms around this room and around this district tonight. And we look forward to seeing them grow just as Matt grew up in this district as well.
Very good.
And I would just add, I think anytime that you can make a recommendation from an internal candidate, it's not only an endorsement of that candidate, it's endorsement of the entire department and every officer. That then we hope that for every officer in this room, you understand that it is absolutely our belief in you and what you have done and will continue to do.
Very good. All right, I'll call the vote. All those in favor show by the uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? Motion carries. Congratulations.
Wow. President Hubert, members of the board, Dr. Noel, I want to thank you for this opportunity to lead one of the finest law enforcement agencies in the best school district in Texas. Conroe ISD has a long-standing reputation for excellence in all that we do, and I am proud to have been a part of that ongoing tradition for the past 23 years. And I look forward to continuing as your Chief of Police into the future. Sir Robert Peel, who established the London Metropolitan Police Force in 1829, and who is known as the father of modern policing, authored 3 core ideas in regards to policing. 1, the goal of police is preventing crime. An effective police department doesn't have high arrest stats, its community has low crime rates. This is accomplished by building positive relationships with those who we serve. Number 2, the key to preventing crime is earning public support. Every community member must share the responsibility of preventing crime. They will only accept this responsibility if they respect and trust their police. And number 3, the police earn public support by respecting community principles. Earning public approval requires hard work to build reputation. It requires that we enforce the law with fairness and with heart for every person within our community every time, and that we hire and train officers who represent and understand our community. These core ideas were introduced almost 200 years ago, but they hold true more than ever today. I would like to give special thanks to Chief William Harness, I could not say it better than Dr. Knoll did, for his many years of being a leader and a mentor. Over the past 23 years, Chief Harness has pushed and encouraged me to become a strong leader and a better police officer. He is one of the reasons that I'm standing before you, accepting this honor and challenge today, and I cannot ever express the extent of my gratitude to him. He worked very hard to establish the Conroe ISD Police Department as the professional, respected organization it is today, and I'm excited for the opportunity to build on that in the years to come. I would like to thank the men and women of the Conroe ISD Police Department for everything that they do each day in keeping our schools safe. Working in law enforcement can be challenging, but being a part of our CISD Police Department also means that you believe in kids, and you work that much harder to be a role model and a mentor to them for their educational success while also providing a safe school environment. And to my amazing wife, Sarah, who's able to juggle some work things and be here tonight, I want to say thank you for all of your love and support. My wife is the greatest mother, friend, and companion, and has offered unwavering encouragement and support to me in all that I do. She and our son Beckett are my inspiration for being the best person I can be. I look forward to the future in CISD, and I thank you all for your trust and support.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Chief Blakelock. All right.
There you go.
Congratulations. Moving on to item B, name principal of Stockton Junior High School. Turn the time over to
All right.
He's just excited about it.
I love these nights. So these are awesome. They fill you with joy. As you know, we had a principal transition a few months ago at Stockton Junior High, and we had moved Dr. Carlton Todd there as an interim basis, and his work there, his energy has already just proven to be outstanding. The children have taken to him very quickly. The music is playing in the car rider line, and there's joy in the building, and he's bringing his great academic knowledge there, as well as his structures, and he's done exactly what we hoped he would do when he moved there as the interim, and we see a very bright future for Stockton Junior High under the leadership of Dr. Carlton Todd. And so tonight I will make the recommendation that we name Dr. Todd the principal of Stockton Junior High.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second the motion.
We have a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, call the vote. All those in favor show by the uplifted hand. Any by the same, opposed by the same sign? Seeing none, motion carries. Congratulations.
President Hubert, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Knoll, I am grateful and honored to accept the challenge to lead Stockton Junior High. Tonight, I'm joined by my beautiful wife, Key, who is a Conroe High graduate, my mother and my aunt, my mother and sister-in-law, my mother-in-law, my baby sister, who's a teacher at Pete Junior High, and my daughter, Taylor, who's watching online from UTSA, and my extended family are all present with me tonight. As we embark on this new adventure, I am blessed to have the support of my wife, Shakithia. Thank you for being my cheerleader, my best friend, my prayer partner, my calm, my peace. You oftentimes say that I am your Superman, but really you're my Superwoman. Thank you for making our house a home. Of all of my accomplishments, you are my greatest one. I have been fortunate and favored to work under great leadership in CISD. One of those individuals who continue to mold me and mentor me into the leader I am today is Dr. Tamika Taylor. Dr. Tamika Taylor hired me into this district as her ELA instructional coach at Travis Intermediate. She taught me to be a leader that's firm but fair, lead with grace, class, and compassion. And then she taught me not to be the exception to the rule, but be the talent that create the rules. Thank you. To Dr. Bethany Mefford, who chose me to lead with her at Cryer Intermediate as her assistant principal. She taught me that passion allows you to take risk. Your adversity does not define you. Use it to keep you humble, but hungry. She taught me it's okay to think outside the box. It's okay to be unique, because that's where moments become legacies. I am grateful for the investment and seeds both of you have planted into my educational career, and as well as my personal life. I would be remiss if I did not recognize other influential leaders who have contributed to my leadership talents. They are Dr. Curtis Knoll, Dr. Chris Hines, Dr. Shelley Winkler, Dr. Edith Upshaw, Ms. Paula Green, Mr. Hartwell Brown, Mr. Jeff Fuller, Ms. J.J. Dahl, and the namesake of the school that I will lead, Dr. Don Stockton. I say thank you. There are some great things happening on Excellence Avenue. You see, at Stockton, we are one team with one mission, and that mission is to win every single day. We do not give moments, we give experiences. Every day I see our staff giving their all to ensure our students are successful. Our students are amazing and our teachers are awesome. Stockton Junior High, it's official. I'm home. As we create new legacies, new traditions, and accept new challenges, we remember that not winning is never an option. How we will win is. Meet us at the finish line. Thank you.
Outstanding, sir, outstanding. Congratulations. Have your family stand up. You guys want your family, is your family gonna stand up?
Will my family and my extended family please stand? Thank you.
Dr. Todd, can we see you shimmy right quick for me?
Jeez, anybody else ready to run through a brick wall for this guy? Awesome. Love it. Awesome. Okay, but we have to move on because we got a lot of stuff to do tonight. So, item C. Yes, there's more. We've got two more big items. Well, the whole thing is a big item.
That's right.
Right? But more importantly, item C, named principal of Wilkerson Intermediate School. Dr. Knoll.
Well, as you can see, Dr. Todd's a hard man to follow, but we are fortunate that for tonight and for all the days to come, we have the right person in place to follow him. The work that has been done at Wilkerson has been remarkable. It's really taken its place in the community, and that started under Dr. Todd's leadership, but working right alongside him the entire way was Mr. Joshua Hughes. And Josh, like I said, was working in lockstep with Dr. Todd, and so when Dr. Todd made the move to go to Stockton, we have not missed a beat at Wilkerson, and that's in credit to Josh and the work that he has done as the interim principal. And we see that we have a bright future there under his leadership. I've had an opportunity to really watch Josh work in this district for a lot of years through opportunities to meet and talk about his coursework. And I've also seen him in what was probably the darkest day in my history as a superintendent here. And to see the character and class that he had in caring for a school that was dealing with a tragedy, that's when his character really shone through, and I knew the man that we had working here. So I'm proud tonight to make the recommendation for Josh Hughes to be the principal of Wilkerson Intermediate.
So moved.
We have a motion. Almost. We have a motion. Do you have a second? We have a second. Any discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, show by the uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? Motion carries.
Got to follow Carlton. Thanks a lot, buddy.
President Hubert, members of the board, and Dr. Knoll, thank you for the opportunity to continue to lead Wilkerson. Thank you to the Board of Trustees for your commitment to the success of our students in Conroe ISD and everything that you provide for our great district. I appreciate the opportunity to be the principal at Wilkerson Intermediate and look forward to continuing to serve the students, families, and community in the Woodlands College Park and Woodlands High School feeder zone. Since being hired as a paraprofessional over 11 years ago, I've been blessed to be mentored and led by some of the finest administrators in Conroe ISD. It is because of their efforts and investment in me that I am able to humbly accept this position as principal at Wilkerson Intermediate. Many of these great leaders are present with us tonight, and I'd like to take a minute to recognize them. To Mr. Ken Sharples and Dr. Debbie Spoon, thank you for giving a chance to an individual starting a second career in education and showing me that building relationships with students we serve is the most important aspect of our job. To Dr. Tara Vandermark, thank you for showing me the impact, the opportunity to learn quality instruction and what an impact that has on students in the classroom. To Ms. J.J. Dahl, thank you for showing me that compassion, calmness, and approaching any situation with grace and gratitude can have a lasting impact on those you lead. And finally, Dr. T.O.D.D. Thank you for showing me how much fun it can be to lead a campus and that positive spirit and attitude can move mountains. I would also like to take the time to thank my family who is in attendance tonight, my parents, Jack and Lynn Fields, who taught me that anything in life is possible with hard work and education and determination. I will always be grateful for what you have provided me. Ooh, I was going to make it through. What you have provided me and done for me in my life. To my wife, Angela, and my son, Jackson, thank you for being the true north to my compass and the solid foundation in this framework of life. Words cannot express how much I appreciate everything you have given me as both a husband and a father. Finally, to my beloved Wilkerson Wildcats, thank you for being the greatest staff, students, and community a principal could ever hope for. I'm truly honored to be able to continue to lead such an incredible group and look forward to continue what Dr. Todd started by making Wilkerson Wildcats the best intermediate, it is Wonderland, the best intermediate school in all of CISD. So thank you very much.
Wilkerson Wonderland. I like that. That's fun.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your work.
One less intermediate and one more Wonderland.
Plus, they got that sweet new gym.
Wonderland, Wonderland, I like it. Learning something new about our campuses every day. That's right.
It's
Like
a
it.
wonderland.
Congratulations to you and your entire family.
Good job, man.
Item D, naming principal of Bush Elementary, Dr. Knoll.
All right, if you'll remember, as Terry Ross retired, we elevated Jared Lambert into a new position here in our technology department, and he was doing great work at Bush, and we had an opportunity there. And once again, we're fortunate that when opportunity comes knocking here, we have great people that are prepared to step into that role. And Lizzie Thompson is prepared to lead Bush. She has proven in her time there as assistant principal, and then in her time now as the interim principal, that she has what it takes to be a wonderful leader there. She is a former instructional coach in our district. She knows instruction forwards and backwards, and yet I wouldn't say that that's her strength. I think her strength really is on the people side, and I know we'll see it. You'll get the chance to meet her tonight, but she just has a warm and engaging spirit that has been embraced by the community there at Bush, and I know that with that spirit and with the relationships that she'll build, she will be able to use that great instructional knowledge to really take what is already an outstanding campus to even greater heights. So tonight, I would like to recommend Ms. Elizabeth Thompson to be the principal of Bush Elementary.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Move approval.
Have a motion?
Second.
And we have a second. Any discussion? All right, hearing none, I call the vote. All those in favor show by the uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? Seeing none, motion carries. Congratulations.
President Huber, members of the board, and Dr. Knoll, I am honored to receive the opportunity to serve as principal at Barbara Pierce Bush Elementary. Thank you, Board of Trustees, for your hard work and dedication to our students, as well as giving me this amazing opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Knoll, for allowing me to serve as a leader in this district and for creating processes to help me grow in my leadership, which have prepared me for this next step in my career. Thank you for modeling great leadership and instilling the importance of building relationships. In January, I began this journey as the interim principal and immediately continued the mission, vision, and goals that were driving this campus, as well as the values and traditions that make Bush such a special school. I will continue this work now as the proud principal and will strive each day to make Bush better than it was the day before. I would like to take a moment to thank some of the strong leaders that have impacted me as a leader and as a person along the way. Thank you, Dr. Winkler, for believing in me and for taking time to support me and help me grow in my leadership. Thank you, Amber de Beaumont, for being the model of a true servant leader and for being not only my mentor, but one of my best friends. I am forever grateful for your leadership and the opportunities and experiences that you gave me as your assistant principal. Thank you to Dr. Lambert. In our short time together, you taught me to listen. Your knowledge and wisdom was enlightening and also helped me grow in my leadership. And last but not least, thank you to the amazing staff, students, and parents at Bush Elementary. It was easy to fall in love with Bush because of you all. As I said to my staff when I was named interim principal, there is no other school that I would rather have the opportunity to lead. At this time, I would like to take a moment to recognize my family that has supported me and helped me get where I am today. Thank you to my amazing husband, Corey Thompson, for making sacrifices every day for me to live my dream. I have two wonderful daughters with me here today. Camilla Thompson is a first grader at Bush, and Corinne is my 2.5-year-old toddler.
You want to tell everybody where Corey works? Maybe make
My
him wave?
husband is also a teacher at Renton Elementary School. He's the PE teacher there. I hope to be your role model, girls, one day and let you know that dreams do come true with hard work and perseverance. Thank you to my two wonderful parents, Robert and Ophelia Macias, for instilling the importance of education and hard work in me from a very young age. I am beyond excited for this next chapter of my life. I promise you, Barbara Pierce Bush Elementary is in good hands. Thank you again and have a great evening.
Congratulations.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. Thank you. Congratulations.
Dr. Knoll, I know we want to pause for a second, but before we do that, if you don't mind, I'd like to just say that I know we got to name 4 principals today, and you can really feel the passion in the room from these teachers and educators that this is not just a job. It's just not. It's impressive to me and to our board to see you guys out there putting it all on the line for these kids every single day, and it's moving to me to see how much it means to you to be a leader of your campus and of those students. And I just want you to know that I felt the love that you have for our youth and for our kids in every one of your speeches tonight. And I personally want to say thank you. Thank you for doing that. I know this has been a trying time and tough for all of y'all over these last 2 years especially, but more or less throughout. And I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart, thank you for what y'all are doing. Thank you.
Would you entertain taking a recess so that we could congratulate these folks?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay, back in session. Okay, moving to the consent agenda. Back to item 4. I have not heard from anybody to remove anything, so I'd like to call a motion.
Move approval of consent agenda as presented.
All right,
Second the motion.
got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, show by the uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Moving on to item 5, administration. Item A, receive brief update on Windfall Elimination Provision Act. Dr. Knoll.
All right, appreciate that. Had an opportunity a few weeks ago to visit with Congressman Brady, and he had some information that he felt like our teachers needed to hear, and so we wanted to bring this opportunity to bring him forward. But before I introduce him, I do want to take the opportunity to say, as he is approaching retirement, how much we have appreciated the support of Congressman Brady here in Conroe ISD. He's not only been an outstanding parent of Conroe ISD kids, but through his office, he has come to every single one of our award ceremonies for our science fair since its inception. The only person that's been present at every, either live or virtually, if he was in Washington, D.C., present at every science fair. He has also come every single year, either live or virtually, more often live, to speak to our Leadership Academy that's occurred in the summer with our 8th grade students, and has stood right with us through COVID and all of the challenges associated with that, to really support the school district and our teachers and all that's been done. So I do appreciate him immensely, and I'm honored to welcome him to our school board meeting tonight. Congressman Brady.
Thank you.
Well, first, boy, did I pick the right night to be here. It's really exciting, both for the naming of the chief, and the principals are just so important. I try to be out in schools as often as I can, either reading House Mouse, Senate Mouse to the kids, or doing civics classes at the junior high level, or just visiting with the seniors and all. And I can tell you, every campus has a different culture, and it all starts and ends with that principal. And they can make all the difference in the world. It was really exciting to see the principal's name today to those really important schools, so congratulations to them. And I want to thank you. I'll be very brief, but I do want to thank you as a parent for finding a way to keep our schools open for in-person learning, both last year and this year. I know it was incredibly hard. Many schools across this country couldn't find a way, and you did. And I know it took, it took you as leaders, our school board leaders, administration, principals, teachers, parents, and kids all working together to do it safely, but you achieved that. And as a parent, my youngest son, it was his senior year at College Park last year, and he's one of those kids that remote learning just wasn't working. But boy, you put him back in school with the teachers, surrounded by his ROTC and FFA instructors, and he just blossomed. So as a parent, thank you to all you do. We're really, Brady's believe we're pretty blessed, President Hubert, for being in this school district. So thank you to each of the board members and to Dr. Noel and the whole team. Appreciate it. So I wanted to give you a quick update on an issue I know very important to teachers, but very important to me as well. And it is the issue of the windfall elimination provision, WEP, as most of our educators know it. It is really an unfair provision in Social Security. It penalizes teachers, police, and firefighters, and can deduct up to $512 a month from their Social Security, even though they earned it, whether it was in a second job or a third job, a first career, or maybe a last career. In addition, they're teaching here, and it's because the provision impacts about 4% of workers in America, including most of our Texas teachers in police and firefighters. It's because they don't pay into Social Security at work. They pay into a substitute for Social Security, in this case, the TRS. And as a result, there's a provision in the law from the 1980s that penalizes our teachers, our public servants, the last people we want to have penalized for choosing to educate our children. And so this is an issue that I have worked on now for 15 years. It is harder than it looks because many states aren't impacted at all by it. About a dozen are. And it affects Social Security, which everyone is always nervous about making changes to Social Security. But throughout the years, we've built a bipartisan coalition across a number of states for legislation that would permanently repeal the WEP and replace it with the FAR-FAIR formula. It's not a one-size-fits-all. It's tailored to the work life of each of our public servants. So it gives them and allows them to keep more of their Social Security. We've introduced this legislation again, and it doesn't just impact and help future retirees. We made it very clear our legislation would help those who are retired today, especially as you know, our teachers who retired years ago. You know, our salaries have come up a long way over the years, but it's been difficult throughout the years. And they not only had low salaries as teachers, but were working a second or a third job. So it was, we thought, really important that any solution apply to the retired teachers as well as the future retirees as well. And under this legislation, it is tailored to their life and their earnings, both as a teacher in a CISD or in those other jobs and careers that they've had. It allows them to keep more of what they've earned. That's all we're asking for, equal treatment for our public servants, just to be treated like other Americans who earn a retirement at work, but also pay into Social Security, just like we think our public servants do here in Texas. I've been blessed, we've had great support here in Texas from the Texas Retired Teachers Association. Tim Lee, who's been just fantastic through the year, was planning to join me today to give an update. His son tested positive for COVID, as happens these days, and so he submitted a letter, Dr. Knoll, just in support of what we're doing, an update. ATPE has been tremendous partners throughout the years in this as well, and I was visiting with Carrie about sitting down with TSTA to earn their support as well. So this is bipartisan. We now have gained 48 co-sponsors across 18 states, so we're broadening the impact of this bill across more of America. The chairman, the good news is that the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee, who is a Democrat from Massachusetts, Richie Neal, is just a tremendous leader. He and I work together beautifully, and he has been my partner on trying to repeal the WEP for many, many years. And so he and I both have a goal of advancing this through the House this year. We think that'll build the momentum to get it to the president's desk at some time. We still have some work to do on this issue, but I worry, and the reason I'd asked Dr. Knoll if I could come by is that you know, sometimes an issue just seems unfair for so long, people give up hope that it's going to be fixed. And in truth, this has been a long haul, no doubt about it. But my message to our teachers here tonight is don't give up, because I'm not giving up, and neither is Chairman Neal. We really believe we can advance this legislation, make Social Security a lot more fair for our public servants here in Texas and around the country. And so with that, that's my update. We can send you information on HR 5830 or 5834, which is the legislation. Would be glad to give any updates to any education groups that you think is appropriate. We're here to help this district prosper, and we think helping our teachers keep more of their Social Security they earned is a good place to start. So President Hubert, thank you. Be glad to take any questions if you have them.
Sure. Do we have any questions or concerns or thoughts?
Thank you, Congressman Brady.
You're
We
welcome.
appreciate all that you do
Thank you.
for our district.
Do you know when this may be up for hearing in Ways and Means?
So Chairman Neal is trying to, right now, is pushing his leadership to include this in one of the bills that must pass the House and Senate this year. So he doesn't have a date yet for what we call a markup, where you vote on the bill. But I know this, he is as determined as I am. So we're looking at every avenue. You know, Congress is, you know, a little iffy these days. But I think when you build bipartisan support, work out a solution for the long term that also helps preserve Social Security, we think we're on the right ticket here. So.
Just get a ballpark. What's the cost of something like this? I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm just.
Yeah, no. So bottom line is, in Social Security, under Ways and Means Committee, in our entitlement programs for the long term, we have to look long term. So any changes we make to Social Security, Dale, have to impact it for 75 years. So, yeah, those are long estimations there. And so this bill breaks even at 75 years, so it preserves Social Security. There's some additional costs in the first decade as we start to return Social Security back to the retirees and to the teachers who paid into it, but over time, it smooths itself out and breaks even.
You may not want to address this, but is Social Security be here in 75 years? Or is that another discussion?
No, the short answer is, of course it will.
Okay.
Look, we've got a challenge. We've got a lot more. When Social Security started, there were about 60-some workers for every person retired. Today, there's 3 workers for every retired. In a few years, it'll come to 2. which would be great if you can pick your two. Like if I get Elon Musk and, you know.
You might get me, though.
Whoever, yeah.
We'll get someone at the other end.
Aaron Rodgers, then I'll be fine. But because of that, we're going to have to make some adjustments. In about 10 years from now, if Congress doesn't act, there'll be about a 25% reduction in Social Security. We can't let that happen because it is really our best anti-poverty program. And a lot of Americans, more than a third, that's the only thing they live on in retirement. And so between now and then, we're going to have to make some changes, both parties together, in a way that preserves Social Security once and for all. And look, I haven't seen a solution in Congress yet that we can't address. And on Social Security, I'm convinced we can.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you all
Thank
very
you.
much.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Good evening. Thank you.
All right, moving on to item 5B, receive information regarding the campus mascot and school colors of Gordon Reed Elementary.
Okay, Dr. Shelley Winkler.
What a night to present after a congressman and 3 principals. Well, good evening, President Hubert, members of the board, and Dr. Knoll. Over the last several months, Mr. Foster has brought to you progress pictures of Gordon Reed Elementary School. As the building itself continues to take shape, we are at a point of the process where the personality and the traditions of Gordon Reed Elementary will begin to take shape as well. The kickoff to these traditions will start with the school colors and the naming of the school mascot. So to begin with the school colors, they are navy blue, gray, and yellow. And you can see a little rendering here of what that will look like. And then another rendering of how the campus will begin to take shape. These colors have been incorporated into the design of the building and will be seen again in these common areas and in the classrooms as well. The next tradition is our mascot. And so our future Gordon Reed students and families were invited to participate in this process at the beginning of February. Students and families were given the chance to submit a school mascot for consideration through an online nomination process, and they definitely took on the challenge. We had over 100 mascot nomination submissions, which have been narrowed down to the top choices, which are the Gordon Reed Tiger Cubs and the Gordon Reed Gators. Next week, students will have the opportunity to vote on which of these is their favorite for their new mascot, and a recommendation will be brought back to the board at next month's meeting for a final decision. We want to thank all of our Gordon Reed students and families that participated in this process. They definitely did an outstanding job, and at this time, we'll take any questions or comments regarding the school colors or mascot.
We did share with the students that Mrs. Gordon Reed liked Tiger Cubs. That was she made that recommendation to include it. She is a Conroe Tiger graduate, as you remember, and so one of the schools that she attended, I believe it was Travis, was the Cubs when she went through, and so she liked that idea. So that was the reason that we put that on there as well to share with them. This is a Conroe High feeder school, so.
And you have no sway towards the Gators at all.
Look, if I was voting, I'd pick Tiger Cubs. So, you know, I
did think about putting that in my presentation,
Yes.
but decided.
Yeah.
Those colors are yellow, not orange.
That's right. That's right.
You always take tigers over gators.
And the actual,
But it's not purple. Yeah, there's no purple in there.
the actual yellow is called cheerful yellow, which is perfect for an elementary school. Any other questions? Thank you. I look forward to seeing you next month.
Thank you, Dr. Winkler. Moving on to item 6A, consider approval of guaranteed minimum price amendment for the new central maintenance project and authorize the superintendent to negotiate and execute the contract documents. Maybe
Hey, it is
Mr.
a
Foster?
busy time in planning and construction, as we are about to see from Mr. Foster.
That's a lot of stuff.
Good evening, President Hubert, members of the board, and Dr. Knoll. It's my pleasure at this time to bring forward for your consideration and approval a guaranteed maximum price amendment for our new central maintenance project, and then ask you to authorize Dr. Knoll to execute our contract documents. If you'll recall, our board of directors, our board of trustees, back in December of 2019, selected GTT General Contractors to be our construction manager at risk for this project. Since then, our design team, the IBI group, and GTT, as well as our department and our maintenance department and the child nutrition department, and worked together to develop the scope of work for this project. GTT has taken bids and compiled we've negotiated a guaranteed maximum price for the project of $23,012,163. This time we're requesting your approval.
So move.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, we have a second. Do we have any discussion or questions? Yes,
I
sir.
have a question.
Mr. Sanders.
It says guaranteed maximum price amendment. What are we amending it from?
That's just terminology for the AIA contract documents we use. So we start with an AIA 133, which is
Right.
an agreement to work with a contractor to
Correct.
pair with an architect to design the building.
Right.
Or the project. And then about a year later, so it takes about a year to design a project like this, we solicit bids from the marketplace, put together guaranteed maximum price. So there's,
So we're amending it to add the GMP, basically.
correct, that's
Okay.
exactly.
That's what I just wanted to make that clear. All right. Thank you.
That's a great distinguishment. Thanks for that clarity. Any other questions? All right, call the vote. All those in favor of the motion, show by the uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? Motion carries. Mr. Foster, next item, you might as well stay up there for a while. Consider approval of guaranteed minimum price amendment for the new elementary at the Grand Oaks feeder zone project and authorize the superintendent to negotiate and execute that contract document.
At this time, we'd like to request your consideration and approval a guaranteed maximum price amendment for Flex School number 22, which is our new elementary school in the Grand Oaks High School feeder zone. And again, back in April of 2021, you, our Board of Trustees, selected Duratech, Inc. to be our construction manager at risk for this particular project. Together, Duratech, IBI Group, our design team, and our department have worked together to develop the scope of work for this proposal, solicit bids, receive them from the marketplace. And Duratech has prepared a guaranteed maximum price of $35,443,652 for this project. And at this time, we're requesting your approval.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any questions or conversation?
I have a question. Actually, can you remind me, this is the same flex school that we're building and completing now, like for Gordon Reed, right?
Generally speaking, yes. I mean, we do try to improve year over year, but this
Right,
is
right. I know
essentially
we
the
always
same.
tweak it a little bit to make it more efficient, which I appreciate.
Yes,
But
sir.
can you remind me of what we're paying for Gordon Reed?
Gordon Reed bid approximately a year ago. I mean, our
Right.
elementary schools are a year apart. A year ago, this elementary school bid for, and you awarded it for just under $29 million.
That's what I thought. So we're going from 29 million to 35 million, and that, I would assume, is strictly price increases on materials and labor.
Yes, sir. I mean, that is attributable to the cost of construction increasing over the last 12
Okay.
months.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You
It's
know
hard to
what?
swallow, but it's true. And I see it everywhere I go and everyone I talk to, that pricing is going up tremendously. And I'm glad, the other question I had is a follow-up. In our bond package, I assume that we put in some sort of estimate of price increase, and I assume that we're still within that estimated price increase within our bond.
Yeah, we are very close to it. I've been working very closely with our CFO, Mr. Darren Rice.
Yes.
To forecast. Now, if you do recall, and you mentioned correctly, we did
Yes.
have escalation in each of our year-over-year numbers.
Yes.
Over the course of the bond. So that's part of how we forecast the bond sales and the tax rates and things of that nature, is trying to guess what construction might cost in
Right.
future years. So the first, from our 19 bond to 20, so Hope to Gordon Reed, we had been under the curve, so to speak.
Correct.
So now we're over the curve, but
Right.
generally, essentially
Kind of
even.
evens out,
So, yeah,
right?
So we've been working with Mr. Rice to forecast not just this job, but the next elementary school. We've got one more in this bond program that we may bring to you this time next year. But we feel like we've covered this increase and projected in the future another year's worth of increase. So we overall, on the whole bond, we do feel in good shape.
Okay, thank you.
And hopefully the escalations have stopped, right?
I do hope so. If there's a rain dance associated with stopping price increases, I would suggest it.
No, I know, and I noticed that too, Mr. Sanders, that the pricing and also that we had it built into the bond, so it's just another thing that we do here.
Absolutely.
Great. Any other questions? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of the motion, show by uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? Motion carries. All right, item C, consider approval of guaranteed maximum price amendment for the Caney Creek High School upgrade project and authorize the superintendent to negotiate and execute the contract documents.
At this time, we request your approval of a guaranteed maximum price amendment for the Caney Creek High School upgrade project. If you recall, in February of 2020, you, our Board of Trustees, selected Joris General Contractors to be our construction manager at risk for this project. We paired them with PBK, and they've designed, along with our input at our department and the campus input at Caney Creek High School, to develop the scope of work. Joris has solicited bids from the public, received them, and we've negotiated a guaranteed maximum price for this project of $11,038,940. This time, we're requesting your approval.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second the motion.
All right, motion and a second. Any discussion or questions?
Sorry.
No, that's good.
I want to make sure that I'm informed as well as the public's informed. So can you give me an idea generally of what the scope of work is going to be? I know we're planning to grow out there, and I'm just trying to get an idea in my head. I know we've talked about it, but I just kind of want to let some of the public hear about what's going on.
So the largest scope of work there is essentially upgrades in the athletic facilities, because there's a huge influx of students coming in those programs. As you know, Caney Creek will be a 6A school next season.
Next fall, right.
So part of what we're working on is to get those facilities upgraded as quickly as we can to help them deal with the number of students that are coming to Caney Creek High School. In addition to that, we are doing the safety and security upgrades around the campus like we do at every major project. And most notably, Caney Creek gets a new front door. So when you pull up to Caney Creek High School, you will know where the front door is at, which is not always immediately.
That's true.
It's been an issue, that's right.
Right, so
Yeah.
it'll also allow the front office staff to have more space to work with the traffic that comes with being a 6A high school. And that's essentially it.
Okay.
How much of this work is going to be performed after hours during the summer, and how much of it's going to disrupt classes during the year?
So essentially, our contractor is going to go to work immediately, right? So we're working with the athletic departments and we're going to disrupt student dressing facilities, essentially. So there's a plan for alternate dressing facilities for those sports that are displaced. But we're going to get a lot of work done leading up to the summer. The summer, we should get most of it finished and then wrap it up early in the fall. I mean, so the disruption is to sports programs essentially, but it is relatively minor, and we've accounted for that in this price.
Any other questions? All right, seeing none, I call the vote. All those in favor shall by uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? Motion carries. Mr. Foster, moving right along. Consider and approve the selection of a construction manager at risk for the campus renovation 2023 project and authorize the superintendent to negotiate and execute the construction manager at risk documents.
At this time, we're requesting your consideration and approval of a selection of a construction manager risk for our campus renovation project, which is an annual project. We do one every year. This is our invasive maintenance projects, where we replaced building systems that reached the end of their service life. CM at risk is a delivery method that our board policy establishes as the best value for a district for projects that are over $100,000. IBI Group is the architect that we have assigned to this project. And together, IBI and our purchasing department has worked to publish a request for qualifications. So they issued the request for qualifications. We had 4 companies respond. Law says we can invite no more than 5 to step 2. We have a 2-step process. We invited all 4 because it's less than 5, and all 4 participated in the second step of the process. The second step is competing on their fees, so their fee percentages based on our specific list of general conditions items, projected project budget and duration. Based on those qualifications and those fees presented, our committee is recommending GTT General Contractors be selected as the offerer who submits the best value for this project. As always, the ranking is also a part of this board item, so if we fail to negotiate a deal with GTT, we can move to our second ranked. But GTT has proved to be a valued member in this particular scope of work over several years. So we recommend GTT for your approval at this time.
I move approval as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or conversation? Seeing none, call the vote. All those in favor show by the uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? Motion carries. Okay. Item E, consider and approve change order for the guaranteed maximum price amendment for the Oak Ridge High School overhaul project and delegate authorized to the delegate authority to the superintendent to execute the contract. Using such big words on me.
They do that.
Well, I mean,
No comment.
Words are important, so this is, I think, what Mr. Sanders was alluding to before. This is a change order to an existing contract.
Yep.
So we're asking you to approve a change order to a guaranteed maximum price amendment to the Oak Ridge High School overhaul project. At this time, if you'll recall, Duratech Inc. is our construction manager risk that's actively working at the Oak Ridge High School project. So in April of '21, we approved the Oak Ridge High School project, which is a product of our 2019 bond referendum. So this work, we're asking you to approve, will amend that contract to allow the district, that's us, to install synthetic turf for football fields at Oak Ridge High School, the Woodlands High School, and the Woodlands College Park High School. Funding for this turf conversion is coming from our capital maintenance fund. So Duratech, IBI, the designer for Oak Ridge High School, PBK Sports, the designer for the sports portions of the work, and Conroe ISD have worked together to develop the scope of work on these three campuses. We've Duratech advertised and received bids from the public, and based on those bids, Duratech is presenting a guaranteed maximum price change in the amount of $6,664,293 for this new work. This time we're requesting your approval.
So move.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Okay, any questions or conversation? When would these projects get started?
Immediately. So the goal with this work is to complete these three turf conversions from between now and the time football practice starts in August. So
Okay.
that each of these high schools will have a synthetic turf surface for their football programs starting for next school year.
And the 6 million covers all three?
Yes, ma'am.
And why are we doing it as an amendment to the Oak Ridge work? Why not just its own separate?
Well, we're using the existing contract and the existing contractor at Oak Ridge High School rather than mixing another contractor into that very complex scope work that's already there. So Duratech was selected. They're very highly qualified. They built the synthetic turf fields for us before from the ground up. So it made sense logically to use them. They're already occupying one location, and they're a big enough company that they have the resources to deploy on the other three locations or other two locations, and us not have to be concerned about their level of supervision.
And if I may add one thing to that, this conversation began because of the road change at Oak Ridge. So if there was ever to be a turf field there, it was our plan the entire time was to try to save the money to put that in. With the road that we're doing at Oak Ridge, we would have basically been paying twice to do field work if we didn't move forward now with this. So we would have adjusted the grass field for that road and then come back in and paid double. So that was the driver, which is why it made sense to attach it to that contract. But by doing that one, then 4 of our high schools would have this field for their football, soccer, and band programs, and 2 would not have it. So it's an equity issue. That's why we extend to the other 2 campuses as well.
And so based on our previous work installing turf at other high schools, we're confident that this is a fair price?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
We just did a comparable job of this as far as timeline and structure at Caney Creek last year, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
So
So it's
at the
part of
same timeline, we were able to achieve it in August. so-
Correct. And when we've been through pricing, so today we're in a weird marketplace from a construction standpoint.
Yeah.
But we've been able to monitor costs. But we've priced this type of work when we built Grand Oaks High School. We priced this type of work and we executed it at the New Moorhead Junior High. And we've got this process in progress already at Conroe High School as well. So we have plenty of data to confirm it is a fair and reasonable price.
And those other ones were approximately 2 million?
There's always nuances at each campus, but
Yeah.
generally speaking, the average cost for each one, Grand Oaks is an outlier because of time value of money. But
Sure.
using what escalation that we've used over the last several years, it lines up well.
At Oak Ridge, when you're moving some fields around, what all how many fields will be actually affected by all of the changes?
So if you're familiar with all the football and soccer practice fields at Oak Ridge High School, all of them on the senior campus will be affected. We are not currently affecting the baseball or the softball fields.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions?
Are all the fields, practice fields gonna be converted?
So,
Who asked that?
this gentleman here,
I'm happy
I
to
wish we
address
could
that.
address that when we're done with open comments.
Yeah, you can, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
But will we?
No.
No, yeah, the only field that's being converted to turf is the auxiliary field inside the track. So
Yeah.
it's where the JV football games are played.
Okay, very good. Any other questions or concerns? All right, all those in favor of, yes, sir.
I just want to add a comment to that. I think, too, it helps us because we've got junior highs that need to play on those fields, I guess, because they're typically grass. And because we're turf, I mean, a lot of times the JVs don't want the junior highs to play because they're tearing up the field if it's wet and muddy and that kind of thing. And so what it does is it allows more of our students to participate in the athletic facilities as well. So I see it as a good value because of that as well, because there are some other things. I mean, junior high teams may not get to play, or the A or B team may not get to play because, they don't want them to tear up the field too bad. With a turf field, that's not gonna be an issue at all.
And our junior highs do not have lights.
And they don't
so
have lights, and these will all be lighted
Right.
fields as
So
well. yeah.
part of that is.
Without having to pay for more lights at the other fields.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it cuts down tremendously, correct me if I'm wrong, on the maintenance side of things as well, right?
Correct. I mean, so that main field doesn't require water and
Right.
and
Right.
other
Mowing.
pesticides and mowing and all the other day-to-day
Manpower.
activities to keep them in playable condition.
Yep, but
Labor.
speaking to that, Mr. Sanders, I can vouch for that as well. I've got kids that have played in athletics, and that is a very common theme where parents and kids get all excited, and the next thing they get that email at 3:00,
Yep.
game's canceled.
Right.
More often than they want to admit. So anyway, any other thoughts? Good questions. Good discussion. Thank you for bringing that up, everybody. I'll go ahead and call the vote. All those in favor of the motion show by the uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? All right, we have one. And any abstentions? All right, motion carries. Thank you. Item F, consider selecting job order contracting as a procurement method for the 2022 summer kitchen renovation project, GTT General Contractor, Inc. as a vendor, and to provide the materials and, my next page, service for the project, and authorize the superintendent to negotiate and execute any documents necessary to effect the purchase. That's a
All
big
right, so
one.
this item is actually a two-part approval. There's one approval of the contracting method, because it differs from CMA risk, which is our local board policy for a project of this size. And then it's an approval of the selected contractor to perform that work. So you, our board, are approving job order contract as a procurement method to procure the materials and services necessary to perform kitchen renovations, for which we're terming 2022 summer kitchen renovations. That'll affect campuses at Galatas, David Elementary, the Woodlands College Park High School. So the job order contract and procurement method, we feel, is the best value of the district, and it has been historically for this particular scope of work, because this produces a good result. CISD's JOC program creates a pool of contractors through a competitive process based on a catalog of pricing. And that pool of contractors is on call for projects like this. So at this time, our project, like I mentioned, includes renovations to kitchens at Galatas, David, and the Woodlands College Park. At this time, we're going to ask you to approve GTT as who is one of our awarded JOC vendors to be the contractor to perform this work. We did solicit 3 of our JOC vendors to get competitive bids amongst those 3 contractors. GTT provided the best value, so it was actually the least expensive complete scope of work for this project. So we're requesting you approve JOC as the contracting method and GTT as our contractor for a value of $812,649.21.
Could you repeat that amount, please?
$812,649.21.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
So, go ahead.
You can second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Yes, sir.
I know kitchen renovations, that end of life, dishwashers and stoves and,
Yeah, it's lots of kitchen equipment, serving lines. We're creating some new storage spaces in the smaller kitchens. As they've increased their general population of students, they've also increased their serving line. So we're trying to rearrange things to make it more efficient, operate better. But it is making some modifications to the buildings and replacing equipment that has reached the end of its life.
okay, thank you, sir.
Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
So I understand, David and Gladys are two of our older schools. What exactly are we doing at College Park, which is one of our newer,
Well,
considered our newer?
you say newer,
campus?
College Park is almost 20 years old.
Right,
So-
in comparison, but, David and
So
Gladys
when you look
are
at
much
David
older.
and Gladys, the kitchen equipment at Gladys and the serving lines are what's being replaced there. And at those two campuses, we're making some adjustments for storage and other efficiencies at those campuses. At College Park, we're also replacing mainly kitchen equipment. But it's kitchen equipment that's been there for 20 years. So it has reached the end of its useful service life, and it's time to replace it all.
What is the funding source for this, Mr. Foster?
The funding source is through child nutrition.
Okay.
Operating budget?
Yeah, that is outside of my wheelhouse. I
didn't
just,
hear
uh,
So
it's, uh,
regular,
carry over.
regular budget, or is it a
This
cap?
actually comes from the Child Nutrition Fund, their
Ah.
separate
Yeah.
fund, our general fund, so they're funding it on their own.
I see.
So we'll see a transfer from child nutrition?
No,
Oh, not at all?
No,
It just comes out?
Okay, child nutrition has a nice balance,
Yes.
so it's regular,
Yes.
okay.
Okay, good question. Any other questions? All right, seeing none, I'll call the vote. All those in favor of the motion, show by the uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? Motion carries. All right, we can now receive a capital improvement update on
Indeed, you're almost done with me tonight.
that one project you're working on, right?
But just imagine, next month, this list will be a little bit longer.
Oh, man.
That's okay.
So this time, I'm going to bring you up to speed and give you an update on our capital improvements we have underway throughout the district. I'm going to start with our safety and security project. I just noticed that says 2021. It should be 2022, which is the project that we approved last month. So the stock image photo that you're seeing there is just a representation of an exterior security camera. As you know, the safety security project is essentially things that we don't see. It's access controls, cameras, upgrades, servers, things that nature. The project is started. We are underway. They've been working at nights on weekends, pre-wiring a lot of the campuses, getting ready for those breaks. So we'll be doing some work over spring break in March, doing more night and weekend work as we get ready for the summer break, where we start replacing the actual cameras and things that you can see and making adjustments to the entry or the vestibules of those campuses.
Glad you mentioned that, because I thought that was a picture my son took just of the.
Indeed. But the project is currently on schedule. It was scheduled to work from now through August and then wrap up in the fall, which we'll be working on bringing you the 2023 edition at the end of this calendar year. At Creighton Overhaul, that's our elementary school overhaul project, which is our long-term project. We are in that lull period, so there's not much to show you as we prepare the campus for the summer break and the other breaks, spring break and summer break coming up. This is a look on the inside of the groundwater storage tank. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that. I was impressed by it.
I've never seen one.
Piece
so-
of art, man.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty cool.
So this is a new tank installed on that system. It actually provides the storage and water to operate our fire sprinkler system that's now in that building, which as they commission this tank and fill it up, that fire sprinkler system will go into operation. And as we approach the summer is when we actually expand that kitchen, replace equipment, and expand the serving lines and expand that kitchen facility to better accommodate the student population at Creighton Elementary. The project is on schedule, and we're scheduled to finish that campus this coming summer in August of '22. Our new Moorhead Junior High School, so this is an overhead picture of that. You can see the last month we completed the steel erection on the main building on the academic wing on the left side, and you can see the floor deck and the roof deck going in now. So that project is on scheduled to open in August of 2023. On the inside of that building, you're seeing building systems and things of that nature. It's finishing from the athletics ends toward the academics end. So on the athletic end, you're seeing all kinds of things going in. Some getting ready to put paint finishes in and things of that nature as they work their way across that building. Like I said, it is on schedule, and we're scheduled to open for students in August of 2023. At Conroe High School, this is our major overhaul of the Conroe High School campus. So we're starting to see things develop that you can actually see from this overhead view. So starting on the left side of your screen, you're seeing the athletic venues developed for the new JV football field. You're seeing a storage building has been erected and installed. The foundations for the concession stand are underway, and you'll see over the next several months the field begin to take shape as we build that site up for the new JV stadium at Conroe High School. In the upper center section is the new gym area, new athletic locker rooms and other things to host the athletics for Conroe High School. You can see that building slab is moving from left to right, or from right to left on the screen rather. So that is moving along well, and as we build those new and outfit those new gym facilities, it's going to help us finish the CTE program, which is on the right-hand side of the screen, where we've got steel erection in progress. The CTE portion of the wing is scheduled to finish up right around the middle of the semester, middle of next school year rather, and then the gyms will be right alongside of it. So they have to correlate with each other to facilitate moving fine arts out, as then it becomes the student shuffle on that campus as we continue on that project. Overall, the project is on schedule and will be there through the calendar year 2025. At the new Jet Center, which is on the north end zone of the Woodforest Bank Stadium, we're looking forward to working with our contractor this month to wrap up and gain our occupancy certificates and everything from the local building officials to let us move into that building. Over the next month, we'll be moving in furniture and whatnot with our purchasing department as the contractor punches that building out, and we look to open it in the spring semester. So it is wrapping up nicely. It is currently on schedule and looking to open in the next several weeks. Obviously, on the outside of that building, you're seeing landscaping, you're seeing all the finishes come together. So it's a really nice looking facility we're going to be very proud of when we open it and use it. At Flex School number 21, this is Gordon Reed Elementary on the west side of the school district in the Conroe High School feeder zone. You can see from the overhead picture, the building is dry. The exterior masonry is in progress. The work at the front door, which really gives you that personality of the campus when you drive up, is underway. And on the inside of that building, you're seeing things be painted and finished, and you're seeing ceiling grids, light fixtures. The air conditioning systems have been activated and are in the process of being commissioned now, so we're seeing that building come together. The project is on schedule. The contractor will wrap it up at the end of this spring semester. We'll take over in the summer, and it'll open for students in August of 2022. At Oak Ridge High School, this is our overhaul project and our South County CTE project. And we're, just like at Conroe High School, you're starting to be able to see things happen on that job site. We're in the process of building the foundations for the new administration section, which is kind of in the lower right-hand side of our picture. And then right almost dead center is the foundation work for the new central plant, which is the heart and soul of the air conditioning upgrades for that entire campus. And you can see the road construction happening over the left side of the tennis courts currently. Like I said, we're doing the foundation work for the new administration section. Overall, that project is on schedule. We'll be there through August of 2023. At Wilkerson Intermediate, this is our PE classroom edition, where Wilkerson Intermediate got a dedicated PE and gym space, as well as some other upgrades to the cafeteria section. We've been using it since the students returned from the winter break in January, so now we're anxiously awaiting spring break so we can make the connection through the existing building into the new building, where we're having to renovate the freezer cooler in the child nutrition in the kitchen, so we can create that passageway that moves from one building to the other. All the equipment should be on site and ready, staged, so that we can make use of all 9 days of the spring break and get that transition made. So we look forward to wrapping that project up in March and then closing it out with the contractor over the spring semester. At Conroe High School 9th grade, this is our classroom addition to increase the population or the student capacity at the Conroe 9th grade building. That building is kind of dead center. It's starting to disappear amongst the rest of the building. It looks like a lot of the rest of the building does, which is our goal when we do a building addition. It is dry. On the inside, we're working on finishes, so you can see the ceiling grid and the light fixtures and the air conditioning systems are being activated. On the outside, we're doing the sidewalks and the ramps and everything to facilitate the transfer. If you know, that site has a lot of elevation change on it. So that contractor will be wrapping that project up in the later part of the spring semester. We'll take over in the summer, and it'll be ready for students to use in August of 2022. And that's our update.
Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you for your time. Appreciate that. Moving on to 7A, consider award of CSP 21-10-6 maintenance, repair, and operations job order contract program, HVAC and mechanic services. Mr. Reeves.
How are you doing? Good evening, President Hubert, members of the board, and Dr. Knoll.
Tonight, we're requesting that the board considers awarding CSP number 21-10-06 for maintenance, repair, and operations job order contract program for the HVAC and mechanical services to the following vendors for an estimated annual expenditure of $1 million. Envirotech Mechanical Systems, TNR Mechanical, Inc., Letsis Company, Hunting Services, The Brandt Companies, LLC, Total Air Service, Dakin Applied Americas Incorporated, National Mechanical Services, LLC, Luxury Air Commercial Services, and Rosser Equipment. Competitive seal proposals pertaining to the district's maintenance, repair, and operations job order contract program for HVAC and mechanical services were released in conjunction with the Gordian Group, who was approved by the board in April of 2016 to assist with the district's job order contract program. The bid proposal was emailed to registered vendors through the district's electronic e-bidding system and also advertised on the CIC purchasing website and 2 times in the Courier. A pre-proposal meeting was hosted by the district and the Gordian Group 2 weeks after the release of the bid, and vendors were asked to bid their adjustment factors based on the Gordian Group Maintenance, Repair, and Operations Task Catalog, which contains maintenance, repair, and operation tasks with preset unit prices on various HVAC mechanical services. All unit prices are based on local labor, material, and equipment prices and are for the direct cost of maintenance and repair projects. Adjustment factor pricing will remain firm through February 28, 2023, renewing annually with 4 optional 1-year terms through February 28, 2026. These proposals were evaluated by the Maintenance Department and reviewed by the Purchasing Department. Best value offers are recommended for award. Funds are provided in the general fund, and at this time, we request your approval.
All right, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, a motion and a second. Any questions, Mr. Reeves, on this one? All right, seeing none, all those in favor show by the uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? Very good, motion passes. All right, Mr. Reeves, you get to sit up there for a while. Consider award of CSP 21-10-7, Maintenance, Repair, and Operations Job Order Contract Program Building Automation Services.
Similar to the previous project.
Yes.
We're requesting the board considers awarding CSP 21-10-06, which is the Maintenance, Repair, and Operations Job Order Contract Program for Building Automation Services to the following vendors for an estimated annual expenditure of $125,000. Unify Energy Solutions, Automated Logic, and Hunting Services. The competitive seal proposals pertaining to the district's MRO job order contract program for building automation services was released in conjunction with the Gordian Group. Vendors were asked to bid their adjustment factors based on the Gordian Group MRO operations task catalog for various building automation services. All unit prices are based on local labor, material, and equipment prices and for the direct cost of M&O projects. Adjustment factor pricing will remain firm through February of 2023, renewing annually with 4 additional optional 1-year terms through February of 2026. These proposals were also evaluated by the Maintenance Department and reviewed by the Purchasing Department. Best value offers are recommended. Funds are provided in the general fund, and at this time, we request your approval.
All right, do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion and a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions? All right, seeing none, all those in favor show by the uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? Motion carries. All right, Mr. Reeves. Consider award of CSP 21-10-8 Maintenance, Repair, and Operation Job Order Contract Program Glass and Glazing Services.
Last one in this group. We're requesting the board considers awarding CSP 21-10-06. It's MRO job order contract program for building I'm sorry, I've got it backwards here, sorry, got it twice. For glass and glazing services to the following vendors for an estimated annual expenditure of $50,000. This is for Able Glass and Mirror Company Incorporated and Millstay Glass. Competitive seal proposals pertaining to the district's MRO job order contract program for glass and glazing services were released in conjunction with the Gordian Group, that's the other 2. Vendors were asked to bid their adjustment factors based on the Gordian Group Maintenance, Repair, and Operations Task Catalog for various glass and glazing services. Unit prices are based on local labor, material, and equipment prices and are for the direct cost of M&O projects. Adjustment factor pricing will remain firm through February of 2023, renewing annually with 4 optional 1-year terms through February of 2026. Proposals are evaluated by the Maintenance Department, reviewed by the Purchasing Department. Best value offers are recommended for award, and the funds are provided in the general fund. At this time, we request your approval.
Okay,
So moved.
we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions?
Question.
Yes.
What's glazing services?
Installation.
Yeah, it's
Put a film on
Yeah.
the glass.
Told you.
No, you said.
Anything to do with glass,
Yeah.
basically. Anything to do with glass is
Yeah,
glazing,
there's
so,
Donuts, we're talking.
yeah, putting in new.
I get that.
Yeah.
I figured the glass already was glazed before you put it up.
Kind of frosted
Undercoating and
windows.
overcoating.
Good.
Yeah, undercoating.
I'm thinking glazing, I think
All right,
donuts.
I got it. Like clear as mud, but I got it. Old school stuff.
Any other questions, thoughts? I appreciate the fact that we are using local companies as well with Able Glass and Millstead.
I agree with that.
That's very nice. Okay, all those in favor show by the uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? Motion carries. Thank you. All right, item D, consider award of CSP 2112-1 Internet and Data Transmission Service E-rate.
All right, we're requesting that the board considers awarding CSP number 21-12-01 for Internet and Data Transmission Services for E-rate to Wave Media Incorporated, ICTX, for an estimated expenditure of $150,000. Competitive sealed proposals pertaining to the acquisition of Internet and Data Transmission Services for CISD were distributed to potential service providers through the Universal Services Administrative Company e-file system, also known as USAC. The proposal was advertised on the CIC purchasing website and 2 times in the Courier. Under this CSP, Internet and Data Transmission Services provided will include broadband data transport over dark fiber optic cable. Pricing for this project shall be effective for 2 years, beginning July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2024, with options for renewing annually for 2 additional years. Proposals were evaluated by members of the Technology Department and reviewed by the Purchasing Department. Funds are provided in the general fund, and at this time, we request your approval.
All right. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion, and we have a second, I heard over here.
Yes.
Any other, it was Mr. Sanders. Do we have any questions? All right, seeing none, call the vote. All those in favor show by the uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? Motion carries. Thank you. Mr. Reeves, and your last one, consider award of CSP 2112-2 Internal Connections Campus Refresh E-rate.
And finally, we're requesting that the board considers awarding CSP number 21-12-02 for internal connections for our campus refresh E-rate to Datavox Incorporated for an estimated expenditure of $3.8 million. Notifications of proposal pertaining to the purchase of internal connections for the 12 campus technology refresh project were distributed to potential service providers through the USAC e-file system. The proposal was advertised on the CIC purchasing website and also 2 times in the Courier. Under this CSP, internal connections for the campus will consist of any combination of the following items. So we have wireless access points, routers, switches, racks for routers and switches, phones, uninterrupted power supply, and any cabling and cabling components related to the installation and operation of these devices. 3 vendors submitted proposals. Pricing for this project shall be effective upon board award through September 30th, 2023, plus renewals, and shall include all costs to complete services required. Under E-rate guidelines, for E-rate eligible items, work may begin April 1st, 2022. These proposals were evaluated by members of the Technology Department and reviewed by the Purchasing Department. Best value offers are recommended for board approval. Funding will be provided in the Capital Projects Fund, and at this time, we request your approval.
Okay, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Okay, motion and a second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions for Mr. Reeves? All right, seeing none, call the vote. All those in favor show by the uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? Very good. Motion passes.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Passes.
Thank you, Mr. Reeves.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reeves.
Good work there.
Dr. Knoll, the last 2 items, we went from authorizing 35 million to 50,000. I just want to say thank you to your folks, Mr. Reeves, to Mr. Rice and Mr. Foster, about being available to all of us as we get this information. We do a lot of questions back and forth behind the scenes. I say behind the scenes, just available to us, and that was a lot of stuff we just did for our school district. So I just wanted to acknowledge the work that you guys do and how you make it. It seems like we're just voting and not really talking about it, but there's been a lot of discussion behind the scenes. So thank you for being available to all of us. And thanks to this board for being so diligent and asking your questions and making sure we're doing the right thing for the district.
Sir.
Item 8A, receive financial reports. Ms. Garza. Now that we've authorized all this money, what are we doing?
How much we got?
Yeah, how much we got?
Good evening, President Hubert, members of the board, and Dr. Knoll. It is my pleasure this evening to present the financial statements as of January 31st. Our first statement this evening is the balance sheet. Presented here is the general fund, the debt service fund, the child nutrition fund that Mr. Rice was referring to earlier that will be paying for the kitchen renovation projects brought forth by Mr. Foster this evening, and self-funded insurance. Taking a closer look at our cash and investments in the general fund, we have $2.2 million in bank deposits. You can see the pools are flush with cash right now as tax collections are well on their way. We are currently at the end of January running about 83% of collections budgeted for the year, which is right where we would anticipate to be at this time of year. Our money market with Wood Forest has $39.3 million in it, and our longer-term investments with TCG at $53.3 million, for total cash and investments in the general fund of $401.5 million. Next statement is our income statement. The income statement shows the district's revenues and expenditures. Total expenditures in the general fund are $187.6 million. In debt service, we're at $6,000. I will note we did process our first debt payment of the year this morning in the amount of roughly $80 million. So you will see that reflected next month on the statements. Child nutrition, year-to-date expense at $9.5 million, and self-funded insurance, $25.3 million. Our 2019 bond referendum, total funds it's expended and encumbered is at $288.1 million. Remaining estimated to complete $363.4 million. We have sold to date $488.5 million. That includes our most recent sale of 177 of our total authorized bond of $633.5 million. Self-funded insurance, we did get a little bit of a reprieve in the month of January. Total revenues of $4.5 million, total expense of $4.2 million for revenues exceeding expense of roughly $288,000. We still are running a deficit for the year of $1.9 million. Participation at our wellness centers is still pretty low, averaging around 342 visits per month. Our investments as of January 31st, par value is $658.1 million. The pools are yielding just over 11 basis points. Our money market with Wood Forest at 30 basis points. Our combined portfolio is yielding just over 18 basis points, and the 90-day T-bill is at 15 basis points.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good job. We will be moving to executive session tonight. A closed session of the board will now be held on the matters contained in the notice for this meeting as authorized by section 551.071, 551.072, and 551.074 of the Texas Open Meeting Act. Should the board determine that any final action, final discussion, or final vote be required with regard to any matter considered in such closed or executive meeting or session, then such final action, final decision, or final vote shall be either this public meeting upon the reconvening of the public meeting or at the subsequent public meeting at the board upon notice thereof, as the board shall determine. A closed session of the board will now be held. The time is 8:02 p.m.
We're gonna
Okay. The board is now in open session at 8:51. Our next agenda item is item number 12A, consider recommendation of superintendent to propose non-renewal of term contract employee Sonia Trevino for reasons stated in Board Policy DFBB and designate hearing type.
Mr. President, I move that the board approve the superintendent's recommendation to propose the non-renewal of Sonia Trevino's term employment contract for the reasons stated in Board Policy DFBB local, that the hearing, if any, be conducted by the Board of Trustees, and that the board authorize the superintendent to provide notice of these actions to Mr. Trevino.
Do we have a second?
Second the motion.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor show by uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? Motion carries. Thank you. Item B, consider purchase of school site in the northern quadrant of the district. Dr. Knoll.
As discussed in executive session, the district is requesting that the board authorize the district to pursue purchase of the piece of property and authorize Dr. Null to execute the documents to effectuate the purchase of that site.
Okay, do we have a motion?
So moved as presented.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions, conversation? All right, hearing none, I call the vote. All those in favor show by the uplifted hand. Any opposed by the same sign? Very good. Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Have a good evening.